Today's real incident was sent to us by a person who requested to keep their name confidential. We will respect their wish and refer to them as Womack. This incident, which Womack experienced in September 2020, is something that they cannot forget, no matter how hard they try. Womack sent us a recording where they mentioned that there is a place called Barnala in Punjab, where they had a large circle of friends. One of those friends was named Bunny, whose sister's wedding took place in September 2020. Womack shared that Bunny called him just 10 days before the wedding, saying, "Womack, I completely forgot to invite you, but you have to come, no matter what." Womack jokingly asked, "Why are you calling me now, after everything else is done?" To which Bunny replied, "Don't act smart. She's your little sister too." The sister's name was Rattendeep. Womack happily expressed his excitement over the phone, saying it's great news that Bunny's sister was getting married. Womack assured Bunny, "I'll be there, don't worry." He then informed his mother that Bunny's sister was getting married, and he needed to attend. His mother replied, "Of course, son, he's your childhood friend, so you should go." Womack packed everything, and after 10 days, he arrived a day or two before the wedding. Welcome to Horror Stories. I'm Ankur Pundit, and here, we dive into chilling real-life paranormal encounters shared by those who've lived through them. Your feedback fuels our passion, so keep those comments coming. Now, let's get back to the story. Upon reaching Bunny's house, Womack noticed that Rattendeep's behavior had completely changed. To understand Rattendeep's nature, Womack explained that she used to be a very cool-minded, friendly girl who often teased him by asking, "Hey handsome, how have you been? It's been a while since you've come around." Womack said he was very surprised to see Rattendeep's rude behavior. He thought maybe it was just the stress of the wedding, as there are many customs during this time that can cause people to overreact. But Womack observed that this situation was more than that. Womack asked, "What's wrong? Rattendeep, why do you seem so troubled? Are you being forced into this marriage?" Bunny responded, "Are you crazy? Do you really think we'd force her into marriage?" Womack then asked about the groom, to which Bunny explained, "Actually, the groom's name is Womack, and he was supposed to marry Rattendeep's friend Sonal. But Sonal tragically passed away in a road accident a while ago. After Sonal's death, Rattendeep approached us, saying that she liked Womack and wanted to marry him. Since both families agreed, and Womack also showed interest in marrying Rattendeep after Sonal's death, we finalized the marriage." Womack was trying to understand this unusual situation, as it's uncommon for such things to happen, especially in rural Punjab, where a girl's friend marries the man after her death. Nonetheless, Womack accepted the situation and closely observed Rattendeep's behavior. The night passed, and the next day was the haldi ceremony. Just 15 minutes before the ceremony was about to begin, Rattendeep suddenly stood up, ran to her room, and started screaming loudly. She began hitting herself badly. All the guests who were invited to the haldi function were terrified to see this. Womack and Bunny were discussing what was wrong with her, as Rattendeep had willingly agreed to marry Womack, yet now she was reacting this way. Womack and Bunny quickly broke down the door and found that Rattendeep had badly scratched her face and neck. The guests were so frightened that many of them left, believing she was possessed by some evil spirit. However, Womack and Bunny believed their sister was troubled by something, but they decided not to react in front of everyone. They thought they would talk about it later in private. They tried to calm Rattendeep down and bring her outside. After that, Womack shared, "Ankur, you won't believe it, but the situation had escalated so much that we barely managed to get through the haldi program. We just did a 15 to 20-minute photo session as a formality and then sent Rattendeep back inside to rest." Womack further explained that while Rattendeep was resting, both Bunny and Womack went to talk to her that evening. When they entered the room, they saw that Rattendeep was resting comfortably on her bed. At that moment, they began to think that there must be something in the room that could give them a clue as to why Rattendeep was behaving this way. Bunny was looking around near the bed, while Womack's eyes fell on Rattendeep's purse. He opened the purse and found a wedding card, her own wedding card. But where it should have read, "Rattendeep weds Womack," her name had been crossed out, and in large letters, Sonal had been written instead. Womack was terrified, realizing what he was seeing. A card with Rattendeep's name crossed out and replaced with Sonal's name. Bonnie had just told him a couple of days ago that Sonal was the girl who had died, and she was supposed to marry Womack. Without saying anything, Womack quietly kept the card with him, thinking that if he told Bunny, the whole wedding would be ruined. He feared what might happen. Womack said that when he returned to his room, where he was staying, he kept thinking about what had happened. As he sat alone that night, suddenly, Rattendeep entered his room. Womack explained, "Encore, my heart almost stopped because I knew a secret, and now that secret had walked into my room." Rattendeep said to Womack, "Ever since you arrived here, something strange has been happening in my life. You need to leave. You saw what was written on that card, didn't you? Leave before I kill you." After saying this, Rattendeep left the room. Womack sat there, hearing and seeing everything. He said, "Brother, I cannot describe how I spent that night. The girl I called my sister was now telling me she would kill me and that I should leave. I lay down on the bed, but the next morning, I decided to visit a famous Hanuman temple that was about 3 kilometers away from the wedding house. There, I showed the card to the priests and explained what had been happening. The priests told me that something like this had happened in the village before, and they gave me a necklace, saying that if I put this necklace around the girl's neck, I might be able to see the truth." Womack left on his bike, intending to return to the wedding house, but suddenly, a car crashed into him. The driver quickly put Womack in the car and took him to a nearby hospital. As Womack was being admitted, he told the person who hit him that he was in town for a wedding and had gone to the temple to seek help. He thought it was necessary to discuss what was happening, so he explained the situation to the driver, saying, "I think there's something else possessing my friend's sister." The driver, standing beside Womack, suddenly said, "Are you talking about Rattendeep? She's marrying me." The man continued, "It's good that you're here. I'll tell you everything. Sonal has possessed Rattendeep's body, and she may deceive you. I know it's Sonal, and I love her deeply, so I want to marry her." The man, whose name was Womack, lifted his korda to reveal a pistol tucked inside. He pointed the gun at Womack and said, "If you tell anyone about this, I will kill you. I know it's Sonal, and I want to marry her." Womack found himself trapped between a rock and a hard place. He thought, "If I tell Bunny, his sister might die, and if I interfere with this, the groom might kill me." He realized he was in a situation where there was no good way out. There's someone else in her body. Womack shared that after recovering, he got on his bike and drove straight home, which was 30 kilometers away. After reaching home, his behavior started to seem different. They say nothing is hidden from parents, and Womack's mother, who is a devout follower of goddess Kali, approached him and asked, "Womack, tell me the truth. What happened? Suddenly, you had an accident, left your friend's sister's wedding, and came back home." Womack said that his mother took him to the temple room in their house and asked him to tell her everything honestly. Like a small child, Womack told his mother everything, that Rattendeep, Bunny's sister, was possessed by the spirit of Sonal. He explained how he had seen the wedding card, and how Rattendeep had confronted him in his room, warning him. He also told her that Womack, the man Rattendeep was supposed to marry, was not an ordinary person and knew that Sonal's spirit was in Rattendeep's body. Womack's mother asked if he had told Bunny everything. Scared, Womack replied, "Mom, they threatened to kill me. The spirit said it would kill me. I don't want anything bad to happen." His mother reassured him, saying, "You are under the protection of Goddess Kali. Nothing will happen to you. Call Bunny right now and tell him the truth." After a few minutes of hesitation, Womack called Bunny and said, "Brother, that's not our sister. That's Sonal in her body." At first, Bunny didn't believe something like that could be possible. But Womack insisted, saying, "Go to the Hanuman temple, which is 3 kilometers away, and talk to the priests. They'll give you the same necklace they gave me. I dropped mine, but you can go and bring it back and put it around Rattendeep's neck." Bunny, still unsure, went to the temple and spoke to the priests. The priests told him that a boy had come 3 days ago and told them about the case. After performing several rituals, they gave Bunny the same necklace. Bunny returned home and shared everything with his family. Then they all traveled to the house 6 kilometers away, where Rattendeep's in-laws lived, to see if there was any truth to Womic's story. What they discovered there will shock you. When Bunny and his family reached the in-laws' house, they were told that Rattendeep was not stable. She would stand in the middle of the night, screaming like someone was hurting her badly. At that time, Womic, Rattendeep's husband, was at the office. Bunny entered the room, and as soon as they did, Rattendeep started screaming hysterically, "Get out of my room! I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't care about anyone here." Somehow, Bunny managed to distract her and put the necklace around her neck, and then all hell broke loose. Womic shared, "Brother, I wasn't there, but Bunny told me what happened." The room descended into chaos. The girl started reacting in strange ways. Her arms and legs began twisting unnaturally. She caused at least 60 to 70,000 rupees worth of damage, breaking the LED, the cupboards, and anything else that came into her hands. She even attacked the priest. The priest said that she needed to be tied up quickly, or she couldn't be cured. They tied her up, and after 3 to 4 hours of rituals, Rattendeep finally regained consciousness. Sonal's spirit had left her body. When Rattendeep regained consciousness, she didn't even remember that she had been married. All she recalled was being beaten and tormented repeatedly at night, and how something was making her unconscious. Every time Rattendeep tried to regain control of her body, Sonal's spirit would beat her severely and knock her out. Womic knew what had happened. When he returned from the office and saw that Sonal had been removed from Rattendeep's body, he had a heated argument with the priest. The priest explained to him, "Look, she was a spirit. She couldn't bear children, and even if you had children, they wouldn't have been yours. The body belongs to Rattendeep, and Sonal's spirit would never allow her to conceive. Rattendeep would only regain consciousness once the spirit weakened." In the end, Womic was told that one day, Sonal's spirit would kill him too. Bunny was furious because of what had happened to his sister, and Womic explained that they even filed a case against Womic, knowing he had been aware of the situation from the start. The case is still ongoing, but of all the people involved, Womic was the most affected. He was just a friend but had seen and endured so much. He admitted, "Brother, I'm still taking depression medication because of what happened. That girl, Sonal, still haunts my dreams." Although Womic hadn't seen Sonal's spirit directly, he had witnessed the way Rattendeep was possessed, and that image haunted him. Something like this could happen to anyone. If you're faint-hearted, and something like this happens to you, you'd be terrified. We get scared even at the thought of visiting a haunted house. If a female spirit suddenly appeared and threatened to kill us, we wouldn't be able to move. Womic still hasn't fully recovered from his depression. He told me to change the names of all the characters, and I have done so. I'm telling you clearly in this video that I've given all the characters new names because if such incidents happen to you and you're hesitant to share them, worrying about exposing the truth, rest assured, I will change the names. I hope you found this real incident interesting. Such stories motivate us, so don't forget to leave comments. Before we wrap up, I kindly ask for your support. Subscribe to Horror Stories and hit the bell icon to be the first to catch our latest updates. Stay connected, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.